Alrighty, I am on the high-speed train going to Beijing, China. I'm in the doorway window. The seats are full. I don't know what kind of craziness is going on with the ticket, but I don't know if it's overbooked or I don't know what happens. But I did have someone help me get the tickets, and then all of a sudden someone came and said, "Oh, that's my seat." So of course, not going to have a fist fight, knockout, drag out on the train when you're not from this land. But one thing that was weird was that the ladies that kind of oversee the train in their uniform and everything like that, they checked my passport one time, ran the number, then they came, checked it again, then they kept the damn passport, and I was freaking out because, without a passport in China, what the hell good am I? But heading to Beijing for tourism. I did a little checking the factories and everything and trying to make some deals, and found out that the engineer at the generator factory, he's not worth coming to work in the morning because he designed some funky generator that has a pull start, but you still have to have a battery in it because the gate to the fuel doesn't open unless it's got a good battery in it, which is totally asinine. So that was a wasted bunch of time and even some wasted money. The power tools are good. Of course, the chainsaws are good. Of course, the welders are good. So, maybe I'll just find another generator factory before I leave. That's what I need to do. And I don't think those are nuclear power plants in the background. Ooh, damn, there goes another train. It's really weird when you're at a train station and one of these trains goes by you at 153 miles an hour. It screams through the wind. It's really weird. But that's not a nuclear power plant. Evidently, that's where they incinerate some trash. So perhaps they've got some good system where they generate electricity from incinerating trash, which has been played around with in the United States. I don't know where they do it or don't do it. I don't follow up on that like maybe I should. And I'm trying to think what else to tell you. I did see quite a bit of rural agricultural land like this in the previous few kilometers before the last train station. We were accelerating when I started this video. I think we're probably at full speed right about now. Right about now. Funky soul, brother. Oh, I could tell you about the cuisine. Yeah, the bones in the damn chicken. So they like their chickens raised in the mountains where they run up and down the steep slopes and they stay scrawny and skinny. They don't believe in a fat chicken. They don't believe in meat. They like their bones and their fat and their gristle more than they like their meat. And that same thing goes with beef. I saw a guy making kebabs or whatever, skewering meat for the grill, and he was putting gristle on there, man. And then we bought some of that, and sure enough, every other piece of meat was nothing but freaking gristle. And I'm sorry, but man, if I can't chew that and enjoy it, I'm not going to eat gristle. But that's what they eat here, and I'm not, I can't fault the culture in China. It's just different than the one I know. If they want to eat gristle and they want to eat their bones and fat and not real meat, that's cool. But I like to trim my meat. If I get a steak, I like to trim the fat and gristle off it. I don't like to be chewing on that stuff. Maybe a piece of fat, juicy steak with little fat. Maybe some people like that, but I try to limit my consumption of that stuff. Then the fish, they like they're serving their fish in a big old bowl of soup looking stuff with the head sticking out, the tail sticking out, and all the skins on it still. I think that most of the time they gut it before they serve it to you. But the river fish that they eat is full of bones. It's probably like that in the United States too. Full of fine bones, and I swear I've gotten bones stuck in my throat. So I don't know, man. I like the cuisine, but there's a lot of things I don't eat. I don't eat them. Like I showed you a restaurant that had a lot of nice worms. I did a video on that on the channel, and I'm just not a fan of worms. I did eat a grasshopper out of respect, just one, but I really didn't want any more grasshoppers. There wasn't much to it. It was crispy, You know, crispy without a lot of taste. I could have ate a Ruffles potato chip and had more satisfaction. Hot pot is a meal that's served where you basically cook your food either in water or a base, a spicy base or a tomato base. And I've had hot pot a million ways. My favorite was the chicken coconut water. Coconut water hot pot is delicious. That was in Guangzhou. I need to return to Guangzhou and definitely have that same meal again before I leave China. I think if you want to order a whole chicken, maybe early in the evening when they haven't chopped up all their chickens or something, or maybe you find a restaurant where you can order a whole chicken, then you can be eating chicken without bones. But they literally chop it where every bite has got some bone shards in it. And like in some cities, they're famous for their fried chicken, but it's not fried chicken like Colonel Sanders. It's chopped up chicken fried with the bones in it. And they could be the smallest pieces of chicken, and you go to bite it and the bone gets down in between your teeth, fractures your teeth, and or gets down into your gum, and then you have to dig it out of your bleeding gum. It's like, how the hell do they do that? How do they eat the chicken with the bones? And why? I keep telling everybody we can open up restaurants all across China, chicken without bones, and they just say, well, we like our bones, we like our fat. You know, we don't like meat on our chicken. We don't like chicken meat. We like all the other stuff. I'm like, what? But that's how it is, you know. And then, let's see. Of course, I like the various bamboo served when they cook up the bamboo. That's good stuff. And the lotus tastes pretty good. The water chestnuts are served different from the can. You know, in the United States, you get water chestnuts in the can. Here, you can get them round, whole water chestnuts, and they're pretty good. I'm trying to think what else to tell you about the cuisine. The napkins, they don't have large napkins, and they often charge you for a little pack of tissues. So that's what they've got, little packs of tissues. A lot of times they won't even have them at all. You'll have to like specially ask for them, and maybe they're out. So you'll be eating your meal, your nose will be dripping from the spiciness, and you'll have no tissues, so you learn to carry the tissues in your cargo pants. Same thing with the toilets. You know, you go to the toilet, if it's 20 years old, you got a hole in the ground. If it's newer than 20 years, you might have an actual sit your ass down and enjoy what you're doing. But you got to make sure you carry your own tissues. And then to wash your hands, there's not going to be any hand washing in the water closet. They might have some hand washing outside the water closet somewhere, which kind of freaks me out in the restaurants. You know, if I see the hand washing facility is not really right there, I'm thinking, damn, you know, what am I eating? But and then I think there's a book, something about visiting the planet China, and I haven't read it yet, even though I was advised to read it before I came because somebody thought it needed to be well prepared. I'm glad I didn't spend time reading it because I'm not that shocked. I kind of had an idea of what to expect, but I think in that book they talk about how everybody does a hack up and then a spit. And it is kind of like a customary fad that, you know, to display your macho status, you've got to hack up a loogie and spit it in the street. So it seems like everybody does that. And then I also have seen people, I'll give you an example. I've seen people driving a Mercedes that'll just take a pee in the middle of a parking lot of a market. Like just right there at the door, just take a pee I'm thinking, you don't get arrested for that crap? You know, I'd probably get arrested for that crap. I've seen people do that in the United States too, and I've never been so bold to take a pee in the middle of a parking lot. Normally it was people that I was having a lunch with that had too many margaritas or something like that. But what else can I tell you? If you want to buy 2 cold drinks at the store, like let's say a Coke, like a big old plastic bottle of Coke, and like what would be a 20 ounce in the United States, you could buy a couple of those and it's barely even $1. So that means they're like just 50 cents or so in the Chinese RMB. And you can eat a dinner. 2 people could eat a dinner for easily for $20, you know, or less. You know, you really, if you go to the right spot at the right time, or a little noodle shop or something, you can get out of the noodle shop for $3. you know, have a nice little lunch or dinner for $3. But what they do a lot is they're sitting around a big table with like a lazy Susan type of spinning table that all the food's on, and everybody shares the food, but they order so much and then they end up wasting it all. And that's like a huge part of the culture as well, wasting all that food. And you know, I tell them there were starving kids in China, so I had to eat all my food as a kid, and now there's starving kids in the United States, and here all these people are wasting all this food. But you know, I've been here 45 days, and it's fun. It's I don't know when I'm going home. I've made a joke. You know, I might be here another 45 years, right? Now I'm going home sooner or later. I got a few more things to do and places to go and places to see, and I'll be buying my ticket home. You know, this could be one of the last times I can get out here. My eyesight's failing. I've got glaucoma real bad. I've lost at least 30-something%, if not more. Got surgery damage, got cataracts, got glaucoma as well. So got age-related deterioration, and you know, my what's it called? You know, where you can't see, dystopia or something. I don't know. But talk to you later. I'll sign out for now, because otherwise we'll just keep rambling on past 12 minutes. We don't want to do that. So check out my trip to China, and I've tried to show you some interesting videos, or what was interesting to me basically in the course of my travels. And there's been a lot of people helping me, men and women, interpreters and non-interpreters, and just people that were going somewhere that said I could come. And you know, it's been fun. And I finally did have a Chinese massage, and I had to verify that it wasn't one that would cause me any troubles or difficulties towards the end of it, and it was a legit massage, you know, in a pretty nice establishment. Somebody brought me there and said, here you go. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what happens in the end? You know, I'm like, whoa, and they're like, no, you're okay. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's what it's all about. Closing out. Give me that thumbs up, and check out the other videos. Bye.